Well, good morning. Welcome to Daily Videos with me, Pastor Michelle. Today is Saturday, August 15th. And instead of, I left the prayer book, I thought we'd just start with the Lord's Prayer. So, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. So, my friends, today is Saturday, August 15th. And, so let's hear Michelle's thoughts of the day, shall we? Let's see what I have for you. So, let's just go random, shall we? So, just something about me that I should just say out loud, I am a big fan of young adult books and young adult movies. I prefer movies like, I recently just watched The Kissing Booth on Netflix, and it was cute. One of my favorite movies is The Duff. If you've ever seen it, it has one of the actors from Parenthood on it. But I love that movie. I love movies that have cheesy, romantic, lovey-dovey endings. That's my favorite genre of movies. And, I think in the midst of all this happening, we need more love anyway. And I'll admit, I've tried to watch, and I do watch, like action movies and scary movies, because I know my wife loves scary movies, and I watch them, but they're really not my cup of tea. War movies, nope. Give me a nice romantic comedy any day. And here's my special thought. All my thoughts are special though, but my all-time favorite actress is Julia Roberts. And oh my gosh, I love her. And especially her 90s, those romantic movies that she was in, like Notting Hill, America's Sweethearts, Runaway Bride, Pretty Woman. I mean, the list goes on and on of just movies that she was in that I love. And then, of course, you've got the Meg Ryan movies like Sleepless in Seattle. You've got Mail, French Kiss. That was a movie that she was in with Kevin Kline, one of my favorites. So those are the classic romantic comedy movies I really love. They've not really made them like those movies lately. I feel like that's, the romantic comedy movies are kind of lacking in what they used to be back in the 90s, early 2000s, There's just nothing like it. And my all-time favorite movie of all time is a little-known gem called Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, which stars Matthew McConaughey and Jennifer Gardner. And gosh, I love that movie. I could watch that one over and over again. So if you've never seen it, I would recommend it. But in reality, those are the kind of movies that I could watch over and over and over again. Those are the kind of movies I cry at the end every time, even though I know how it's going to end because I've seen it 1,000 times. Oh, yeah. So those are just my thoughts of the day. So let's get into Hunger Games. Home. Prim and my mother, Gail. Gail, even the thought of Prim's scruffy old cat makes me smile. Soon I will be home. I want to get out of this bed to see Peta and Sina, to find out more about what's been going on, and why shouldn't I? I feel fine. But as I start to work my way out of the band, I feel a cold liquid seeping into my vein from one of the tubes and almost immediately lose consciousness. This happens on and off for an indeterminate amount of time, my waking, eating, and even though I resist the impulse to try and escape the bed, being knocked out again. I seem to be in a strange continual twilight. Only a few things register. The red-headed Avox girl has not returned since the feeding. My scars are disappearing. And do I imagine it? Or do I hear a man's voice yelling, not in the capital accent, but in the rougher cadences of home? And I can't help having a vague, comforting feeling that someone is looking out for me. Then finally, the time arrives when I come to, and there's nothing plugged into my right arm. The restraint around my middle has been removed, and I'm free to move about. I start to sit up, but I'm arrested by the side of my hands. The skin's perfection, smooth and glowing. Not only are the scars from the arena gone, but those accumulated over years of hunting have vanished without a trace. My forehead feels like satin, and when I try to find the burn on my calf, there's nothing. I slip my legs out of bed, nervous about how they will bear my weight, and find them strong and steady. Lying at the foot of my bed is an outfit that makes me flinch. It's what all of us tributes wore in the arena. I stare at it as if it had teeth until I remember that, of course, this is what I will wear to greet my team. I'm dressed in less than a minute and fidgeting in front of the wall where I know there's a door, even if I can't see it when it suddenly it slides open. I step into a wide deserted hall that appears to have no other doors on it, but it must, and behind one of them must be PETA. Now I'm conscious and moving. I'm growing more and more anxious about him. He must be all right or the AVOX girl wouldn't have said so, but I need to see him for myself. PETA, I call out. Since there's no one to ask, I hear my name in response, but it's not his voice. It's a voice that provokes first irritation and then eagerness. Effie. I turn and see all of them waiting in a big chamber at the end of the hall. Effie, Hey Mitch, and Cena. My feet take off without hesitation. Maybe a victor should show more restraint, more superiority, especially when she knows this will be on tape, but I don't care. I run for them and surprise even myself when I launch into Hey Mitch's arms first, when he whispers in my ear, "Nice job, sweetheart." It doesn't sound sarcastic. Effie's somewhat teary and keeps patting my hair and talking about how she told everyone we were pearls. Cena just hugs me tight and doesn't say anything. Then I notice Portia is absent, and I get a bad feeling. Oh, where is Portia? So we will find out tomorrow. So we will do the John Pavlovitz tomorrow. We're going to skip that today. Have a good day.